Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weapons Left, and I will be bringing to you today a OSL matchup. This is from the round of 16, Effort versus Jaedong, the rematch for. This is becoming somewhat of a crucial rivalry in StarCraft, in my opinion. You have the two best Zerg players in the world, Kim Jong-woo, also known as Effort, and Lee Jaedong, the king, the prince of Zerg, about to go head-to-head. This is StarCraft, folks. This is what makes this game so exciting. Not just the game itself and the strategy and the incredible player skill, but also the drama between the two people behind the keyboard, the guys that are actually producing these actions. The way that the OSL selection process goes, basically, in this round of 16, the top-seeded players had the opportunity to select their opponents, and Jaedong laid down the gauntlet. He said, "Effort. I want effort." He made the challenge. He was the person that said, "Look, you are my primary contender. You are the person that is my closest rival. You are the primary Zerg in this tournament aside from me, and I will be the one to take you down." And that is just why Jaedong is Jaedong. That is what makes him such a likable figure. He backs down from nothing, and he accepted this challenge. He produced it himself, and he is the person that is looking to carry through on that. Effort, on the other hand, is in fact his greatest rival. He is the person that is looking to dethrone him. He is the second best Zerg in the world. He is a 60% win rate. He's 60% plus in every single one of his matchups. He is a 70% Zerg versus Zerg player. He is literally at the cream of the crop, and it looks like he is honestly as good pretty much as Jaedong. I mean, he's obviously taken matches from Jaedong in the past. And it looks like Jaedong is starting off with the Teal Zerg in the 5 o'clock position, and Effort is starting off with the Purple Zerg in the 9 o'clock position. This matchup is on Outsider, and it looks like from Overlord direction that Effort is scouting in the wrong direction, Jaedong is scouting in the appropriate direction, very much like the last time they played, actually. But I can't speak enough about the character that Jaedong displayed. I mean, it was just the reaction of the crowd and the reaction that I had when I saw the selection bracket was just incredible. Either to see that Jaedong was going to bring in his top rival for this game was just, it was a sight. It was something to see, and it speaks tremendous volumes about who Jaedong is as a player and who he is as a person, and that's why Jaedong has so much support in Korea and really across around the world. And it looks like a 9 pool is coming out of Effort, and I believe that we might see a 9 pool from Jaedong as well. It looks like his Overlord is hatching, but yeah, his spawning pool is going down, so a 9 pool also for Jaedong. He's going to go ahead and secure his gas as well at this point. Effort more than likely has secured his gas already, exactly. So these two players have extremely similar playstyles, obviously. Mostly the difference for me is from Jaedong is that Jaedong is a little bit more risky in terms of the way he builds. He typically cuts as many corners as he possibly can, lays the bare minimum in defense, the bare minimum to get to where he needs to go, basically, and before he goes ahead and produces what he needs to just take out his opponents. Not big on defense at all. Whereas Effort is a very aggressive player. Effort likes to push advantages early, likes to push them hard, and at this point, you know, Effort's just been able to use an aggressive style, reminiscent somewhat of July, but also incredible macro out of this kid as well. So honestly, you never know who's going to win in a situation like this. When you have the two best players, and Jaedong's Overlord is going to arrive at Effort's base and actually see the Zerglings that are currently streaming out of Effort's base, and it looks like those are headed directly to Jaedong's base, since he knows now where Jaedong is based upon the fact that his Overlord has arrived at the other starting position, and also the fact that his Jaedong's the direction in which Jaedong's Overlord has arrived. Jaedong's Overlord is going to spot these Zerglings. He only has 4 Zerglings, however, the seal is ramp. If at this point it might be no, Effort is not gonna, well, maybe no, he's not gonna press up the ramp, so it looks like Jaedong's seal at the ramp is going to hold. However, that does lock Jaedong into his base, so you know, when it comes time to build an additional hatchery, he's not going to have access to his natural expansion, which could prove fatal. Though Effort likes to press early advantages, it might behoove him to try and extend this game somewhat. And he looks like he's going to actually produce a Zergling, or get a Zergling into Jaedong's base. It's gonna see the timing on this. He's gonna see the lair is already up for Jaedong. He's also gonna see the Spire going down. So basically, he's gonna see Jaedong's exact timing without getting an Overlord in. Brilliant stuff from Effort. I mean, that's a huge deal. He didn't get the Overlord over to Jaedong's base, so he wasn't gonna have the exact or precise timing for Jaedong. Whereas Jaedong's Overlord is in Effort's base and sees everything. It looks like Jaedong is gonna throw down his additional hatchery, but he has to throw it down in his main because of the fact that Effort has sealed him into his base. So I would imagine Effort's going to take this time to expand to his natural, and he is maybe, well, he's still concentrating on the seal here at the ramp, but it looks like on the mini-map that Effort has sent a drone out to his natural expansion. We'll see if that actually is going down. Yes, he has sent a drone to his natural, and he is going to take that natural expansion. So we are going to see 2 hatch Muta out of both of these players, but I would say that if the game extends and Effort is able to take any type of advantage in terms of economy, that later on into this game that could be a big deal. It looks like Jaedong is actually going to be able to sneak 2 Zerglings by. Oh, one gets sniped, so he's going to be able to sneak 1 Zergling by. I'm not entirely sure what else he's going to try and get out of that. He might just try and have an additional Zergling so he can scout out timing without having to risk an Overlord early on in the game. Obviously, losing an Overlord this early would be disastrous once those air units do arrive. And it looks like Effort is seeing the fact that he has a superior link force, may try to do some type of assertion of his presence on the ground here. I'm not entirely sure if he's going to be successful. He does manage to push up. Oh, but he manages to get 3 links past. He's going to get 3 links into the mineral line. It looks like he's going to be able to do some economic damage. 1 drone does go down, but Jaedong managing to destroy one of those lings, and it looks like Effort has been thwarted here. Still has 2 lings alive, but all the Mutalisks are out on the field at this point, so those Mutalisks are easily going to be able to clean up the forces that are in Jaedong's base. Jaedong is certainly going to go ahead and destroy these Zerglings with his initial force in the air, and this is the part of the matchup that's going to really be exciting. It looks like he's going to snipe that additional Zergling as well. This is the part of the matchup that's really going to decide everything. Jaedong needs to press immediately here. He needs to go ahead and force the issue, and it looks like Effort has actually found an Overlord, and he's going to do a little bit of harassing of that Overlord to force Jaedong's hand to try and get him to move out of his base somewhat. And it looks like he's successful in doing that. Jaedong just goes ahead and pushes those Mutalisks away. It looks like Scourge as well as Mutalisks in the air for Effort at this point, whereas Jaedong has yet to hatch an additional Scourge or any Scourge period. It looks like he has a superior force on the ground, however, because of the fact that he took out the Zerglings that were in his base. So, again, Jaedong needs to press here, I believe, in order to go ahead and end this game early. If it becomes a situation where Effort has the chance or the opportunity to hatch anything other than Mutalisks at that secondary and mine off a larger economy, he's certainly going to be able to outproduce Jaedong. And so Jaedong is going to go ahead and press his advantage right now. He's sending in Zerglings, and it looks like he does have the superior force on the ground. But oh, look at this micro from Jaedong. He manages to take out the Scourge of Effort, and it looks like he's going to take out the additional ones. Oh, Effort manages to take out both of Jaedong's Scourge as well. Oh, but additional reinforcement Scourges land and arrive, and it looks like Jaedong is going to have the advantage here in the air. It looks like he's going to be able to clean up Effort's Mutalisks. A little bit of a cloudy image at this point, but yes, it does look like Jaedong has the superior force in the air, and additional Scourge are but they are getting taken out as they hatch by Jaedong. Jaedong is going to go ahead and assert himself. Additional Scourge land for Jaedong, and he's cleaned up Effort's air force. The game is over. Jaedong asserting himself firmly. It looks like he's just going to easily clean up the additional Scourge that Effort is producing. Effort has lost his game, folks. Brilliant play from Jaedong. Jaedong lays the gauntlet down and firmly plants his foot down and states, "I am still the Prince of Zerg. You have much learned." GG from Effort, leaving the game, obviously in a state of supreme disappointment. Jaedong will advance to the winner's match and secures himself his position in just more than just this round of 16. That was a statement game from Jaedong. Jaedong had all the early disadvantages. Effort was able to seal him in his base. He did not have the opportunity to take any expansion outside of his base. It didn't matter. Jaedong pressed into the base, pressed with his Mutalisk force, out-microed Effort and showed why he is Jaedong. Showed us why he is the premier player in ZVZ, if not the premier player in the world, and that is what makes Jaedong. I mean, I hate to repeat myself in that, but Jaedong coming through in the clutch, asserting that he is the best player, he is the best Zerg versus Zerg player, and then demonstrating it. I can't speak highly enough of what kind of caliber and what kind of fortitude that speaks to for Jaedong. Effort has brought us many exciting matchups in the past. He will continue to do so in the future, but I don't know who will truly ever be able to take the crown from Jaedong as long as he desires it. This kid is the truth, and that is just basically the end-all and the be-all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This has been Weapons Left GG.